recording live. So you can, as audience, can join us and ask your questions live as we record. That's what we're doing now. And this will take us throughout the trial, and it will also take us through the conference in November 26, 2025. So starting now, every week on Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I would be recording, and I want you to come and join me with this. And you can get this recording by following me on YouTube. You can join by going into my LinkedIn, Facebook, or the link I sent in the carousels that I used on all my social media. You can click on this link, and you can join me there, right? So you could see that link there, and this is another link where you can join me, and it's linked all of it for you. Okay, so this episode we are calling "If Not Now, Then When." If not you, then who? What do I mean by that? So welcome to Break the Silence, Build the Future. I am your host, Fortuna Kuso. This year, our campaign for Zahra Bule Foundation is carries a simple but urgent slogan. And that slogan is, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? If you have any questions as I am going through, please share it with me on the any of the platform you're watching from me. Let me know what city, what country you're watching from me, and what questions you have for me. Those will be really, really important, and that's why I am recording it live, so you can join me and be part of this campaign, because it's not something only I can do. It's not something only the foundation can do. We need all your help to join us. Why does this slogan matter? Why are we saying, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? Why are we doing that? So we're doing that because this is to remind us that waiting is not an option. We can't continue to wait. We can't continue to wait for somebody else. Like I say in some of my workshops, there is no hero coming to rescue us from this challenge, because too many lives have been lost to gender based violence. So the action must be now, and responsibility belongs to all of us, not just one person, not just the person it's happening to, not just the loved one of the person it's happening to. This is a responsibility that we need to take action on now. I also want to remind you, 30 years ago this year, in September of 1995, the world gathered together in Beijing, China, and they tried to explore how can a woman get equality to men? How can we get that equality? And they came up with a declaration and 12-point platform called Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action that set out for the world free of violence against women and girls. That was one of the 12 action points they came up with. I must admit, I must admit, we have reached, we have reached some progress for the last 30 years, at least some part of the world, if not across the globe. But there are still vision is to be fulfilled. There are still steps we need to take to make sure women gain the equality, especially when it comes to not having violence against them in the house, outside the home, in the workplace, in the community. All that the violence women starts from it spans from the home to the war-torn countries, where their war almost always impacts women and children. So in our campaign, we're calling all our humans, all the people, locally, nationally, globally, to recommit to the to this idea of ending. right? So that's why we have this website called WeSpeak.com/recommitment. In there, we have all resources. We have free resources that can be used by individuals, that can be used by communities, that can be used by agencies, and it's free for the taking. You can use it, can be individuals figuring out if you are in a violent relationship or not, and what resources you can seek in your local area. The resources listed there are based in Ontario, where I'm from, but across communities, there are some resources. So that's very important for us to do that, because we need your help in ending the silence. I want you, each and everyone who hears this, their friends and their families, is really very important for us to share this message, to speak about it, so we can break the silence and build a brighter future for everybody involved, for all. Because when we take care of women and girls, we take care of an entire nation, entire communities, entire families, right? So this is the links. I have all this for you, and once I share this video on YouTube and Facebook, you'll be able to see these links, and you'll be able to um, see it and click on it, and it's only a link away from you. Okay, it's only a click away from you. Okay, so we talked about the need to end silence. That's what we talked about, right? So the need to end silence, why is that important, right? So I am going to share with you, and I shared this a lot of times, that how my daughter faced violence right from the get-go, 6 weeks into that relationship. That was quite evident. Okay, and it had so many levels. It had physical, it had emotional, it had psychological, it had isolation, everything. And I found out early on. But that first day, Zahra came down wearing, and then I saw really a huge bruise on her thigh. And I just said, "What's that?" And then she said, "The person flicked me." And I said, "First of all, that is not a flick. That's much bigger than a flick. Secondly, why is anybody flicking you? I'm not flicking you, and I'm your mother. Why everybody has the right to flick you? Why anybody has the right to flick you? And also, what were you doing when he flicked you? What is it that, not anything justified, what was it that drove him to do this?" And as soon as I asked all those questions, she ran out. She put something long to cover the bruise. She said, "Mom, please don't tell anyone. Don't talk about, don't tell anyone." And from that day on, both her and I were plunged into this secret we both knew, but we wouldn't share with anybody else. But in my silence, I thought I was protecting my daughter. In my silence, I thought I was honoring her wishes, which was to not talk about it. In this silence, I felt this was the best for her. This was her story to share or not share. This was her situation to share or not share. Me, as her mother, I am only here to help her out. I am only here to support her no matter what it is that she chooses to do. That's what I thought was my role. And I maintained that silence. Silence was twofold. Number one, I thought I was protecting, respecting her wishes. And the second one, I thought it wasn't my story to share. It wasn't my situation to share or not share. Whenever she decided to share, I would be there for her. And if she didn't want me to share, there are things to this day I haven't told even her siblings, right? So, but then when things got really, really difficult and she wanted me to help her get out, we start talking to the doctors, and I would tell the doctor she's really traumatized. Can we do this and this? No, you can't speak for her. Same with the law enforcement. Same with the border services. Anywhere I talked, I was told it's not your story to explore. It's not yours to deal with. It's so I was not only was I silent, the system was built to be silent, but that silence is dangerous because we continued with that silence until my daughter was not here anymore, until my daughter reached that point of tragedy and she was killed. And as soon as my daughter was gone, all those files that I wasn't allowed to do anything with, all those files that I wasn't allowed to advocate for her, all those files became mine. Now, all of a sudden, I had to sign a consent form for the police to get her dental record, to get her x-rays, to get her medical files, to get her therapy notes, to get her psychiatrist notes. Everything became mine, right? So now I am asking myself, this silence was really dangerous. This silence didn't really do anything for us, right? So the silence was really doing nothing for us. So what is the step now, right? So I'm asking myself, the time to speak is now, and the person to speak is you, me, all of us, right? So time to speak is now. The person to speak with is you and me, and the people to speak is us. Because I will ask you, if not now, if we don't do it right now, then when? I need you to tell me that. When would we do it if we don't do it now? If it's not you and me and us, then who? Who do we expect to do this? Right? Who do we expect to do this? Who do we expect this to take care of this? That is my question to you. Okay? I want you to really think about that question. If not now, then when are we going to take care of our daughters, our sisters, our mothers, our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers, our classmates? When are we going to do it? And if not us, if not you listening to me, seeing this, and if not me, and if not us, then who? Please tell me, who are we expecting to come and take care of this? So that's why we have that slogan this year, right? So Zahra's life was cut short by gender based violence, right? Her story, the struggle she had faced, this pervasive tragedy she had faced, this predictable end she ended up with, right? Because I remember May 5th, because she went missing May 26th before she went to shelter, me telling her, please do not go back. Because if you go back, next time I'm afraid I'm going to have to collect you in a body bag. So I did not want to, but I could see it where this is going. I could see this was going nowhere good, right? I could see that. It was evident to anybody who could talk about it, who could see it. It was evident to them, right? So this foundation exists because of her story, because of the fact that she had an end that could be she had an end that could be predicted. She had an end that could be uh, seen and prevented, right? So this is why we refuse to wait for another 30 years, because silence is not just somebody who's upset. Silence is not couple that's fighting. Silence actually costs lives, just as it cost my daughter's life, and it costs life of a woman across the globe every single day. Okay, so, and I wanted to bring to your attention, there is a power in community. because this kind of change is not work for one person. There is nothing I can do by myself, but if we stand together, right? If we stand together, then we can make change. We can work this, right? It's the work of many voices rising together. And I will here share my screen with you here. So if you look at this, this is the screen. Please leave me a note if you can see it. So I created this. This is how you can help. Okay. So I have everything in here for you. Okay. Because I need your support. We need your support. We need to come together, all of us. Okay. So this is the United for Change. I am Zahra Pula Campaign 2025. Okay. And we're calling this to recommitment to end gender-based violence. Where are we recommitting? We're recommitting the platform pledge that was made 30 years ago in Beijing, China. Okay, in here you have everything you need. So here, one thing you can do is, if you want to read the entire campaign, this is where you can get. So what the campaign is about, the Purple Ribbon Walk to End Silence, all those are here for you, right? So that's the first one. All you do is a click and you're going to get there. Then next one is Purple Ribbon Campaign. It's here, right? So this is what I have here. If you go in this website, and the link is right there, so you can buy a sign, and this is the sign. As you can see, it will say that, and it's a lawn sign. Those that you see on the on our real estate when houses being sold, or when we have an election, it's something like that. And you can either donate or purchase this, and if you live in my area, it'll be delivered to you as soon as you buy them, right? So that is $20. That's how you can help. Okay, the next one is you can buy shirts to donate, and the shirts say the same thing: the walk to end silence. I'm Zahra Pula. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? So that is what that have there. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can buy a tote bag. The tote bag says the same thing. Every dollar you spend goes to doing the foundation activity, workshops, the upcoming conference, the walk to end silence. That's how you are helping out. Okay. So, and or you can buy a mug, right? A coffee mug. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? And then it will say something, same thing on the other side, and it says I'm Zahra Pule, so you can buy that. Okay. Also, another thing you can do is this here. I have a hug in a mug. It's a Somali tea that you can buy to take part in this. Okay. So if anybody in here has questions, comments, please put it in, and I will see and I will try to answer here. Okay, so that is the ribbon campaign. The next one is the walk to end silence, and that you can register to walk with us by yourself. You can register to create your own team and walk together as a team, or you can just donate if you're not going to be around that day. It's October 4th. It's starting 9:30 in the morning until 1 o'clock. We're going to have a community talk. We're going to have a drum circle. We're going to have story sharing and walk at the same time on Jackson Park. So please join us. And this is, if you click on that link, this is what this looks like, right? So you can see here, you can either donate or you can just fundraise. So fundraising would be a group. And if you see here, it says right there, every step we take is a step toward justice, healing, and safety. Your donation will help us educate youth and communities about healthy relationship, deliver workshops and toolkits to schools, shelters, and frontline workers, create safe, healing, centered space for survivors and families, engage men and boys as allies in prevention efforts. So all that will be done in that. And if I go back to that same tab I had, this one is the conference, Zahra Bula Foundation Conference. I'm Zahra Bula. This is open to everybody in Windsor, Essex area. You can join us. Here is the link to register. You're going to be able to sponsor if you like, if you can support us in as much amount of money as you can. This is if you are or somebody you know is wanting to be a presenter in this conference. We have that, and then we will have the schedule and resources as soon as we have all our presenters. And this is in collaboration with University of Windsor's Office of Vice President, People, Equity, and Inclusion. Okay, so that is who we're working with, and it's open to everybody in our community, all the students at the university, students in the high school, young people, people who want to present or become workshop hosts. It's open to everyone. Okay, so um, so if you have here, um, here I'm going to look at and here, and I will go on these toolkits. Let me see if I am still sharing here. Maybe my sharing ended. Right, there you go. So I am sharing here the link in case I drop the link at some point. Okay, so here is one thing I wanted to share with you. This is all the courses, everything that you need. So you put your first name here, you put your email, and then you hit start here. And then it will take you all kind of different courses, right? All kind of courses that you can see and explore. Okay, so um, so if you really can share with us, is here is get involved with us, volunteer with us, right? So if you go here, you are going to get to a page where in Zahra Bule Foundation page where you can share with us and connect with us to do a volunteering opportunity. You click here if you're a student looking for community hours, high school students, college students trying to see if you can work with us, commit to 1 to 3 hours per week, have an open and respectful attitude, good interpersonal skills, be comfortable working in group settings, expect to work with diverse populations, people of all genders, sexual orientations, people from various cultural backgrounds, right? So that is what that is, right? So that's that, and this is the foundation website. If you want to see how it works, if you want to directly donate to the foundation, this is the link. If you connect here, you could go to Zahra Bula Foundation's charitable foundation, where all the money you donate goes to supporting women trying to get out a violence, women and girls. Okay, so and these are previous conferences we did. So if you click on here, you will get to 2024 conference. If you would like here, if you would like to know what the conference looks like, this here you can watch, view the live recording from a year before, and you would understand how beneficial, educational it is. And this, as you can see, is the University of Windsor website, and we are partnered with the University of Windsor Office of Vice President of People, Equity, and Inclusion. So you could see it's reputable there. This is my personal website that you could see me as me as the founder, and the things that I do about. And this is really not necessary, but these are my novels, right? So that is that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. And let me see, did I lose my share button here? Okay, so I'm going to go back to the sharing again and share, right? So we're back here now. And this, if you look at, this is why we exist. So these are all free material that you can get to why we exist. You can read that. You can read the story behind the ribbon. You can look. You can read about Beijing network, Beijing platform, and what that was about. You can read at the stories we speak. So if you click here, it will get you to this, where you can look at these stories of previous guests and all that. So and if you if you are here, here is how to use the toolkit. So this is that ribbon toolkit there, printable, you get printable tip sheets, workshop guides, and facilitated notes. You get QR code ready signs for ribbon installation, story-based videos and podcasts, social media content, and captions, direct link to that. So what you can do is you can you can purchase a ribbon or awareness sign. So we have the sign for the yard sign that I showed you. We also have ribbons that you can get and displayed on your door, in your car rear view mirror. You can do it in front of your house, displayed at your home, school, business, or organization to take a visible stand against gender-based violence. You can share the message. Each ribbon and sign includes a QR code linking to our digital toolkit. Hang the sign somewhere visible to invite others to scan, learn, and act. Host a ribbon workshop or community gathering. We have included facilitated guides to host discussion, workshop, storytelling. I would hope that you can spread the word and in your social media graphics, hashtags. Please invite others to join the movement. And because too many lives have been lost, too many survivors are still waiting to be heard. So the Ribbon Campaign is a community-driven promise to break the silence, honor lives lost, and build a future rooted in justice and care. This is not just awareness, this is an action. So if we click here, this is where it takes you back. No, this is the wrong link. I need to fix that. Um, so here is, that's the one we read. Let me go back to the home. Mhm. Bear with me. Yeah, so this is, and if you go here, you can see all the posts right there that you can read about. And even in here, it will allow you to register for the conference. Right? It will allow you to fare the conference right there. Right? So that's those are all the things you need. And this is how you can help with the walk. Okay, um, here how you can help with the walk. And you could see now we have a donation right there of $200 that somebody donated. We really appreciate this person. We're going to send them thank you email there, so you can donate. It doesn't have to be 200, It doesn't have to be 200. Here, if you donate, you know, you can see here it raised $200 so far, and then that's for me looking at it. So if you want to fundraise, you can create a team or you can do a solo campaign, right? So that would be really, really a good idea. So I'm going to stop sharing now. So okay, so here is let me see here. So we talked about the need for Purple Ribbon campaign in our city. We talked about a visible collective stand against gender-based violence. We talked about we need to transform no matter what kind of grief you are struggling with. I am trying to transform the grief into an action, right? So that is transforming, and together we come together and transform that grief into an action. And that could be the walk to end silence, that could be the Purple Ribbon campaign, and that could be Zahra Bullet conference in November. And we are building spaces to learn, to heal, and commit to change. Okay, so because Beijing platform 30 years ago was a global platform that was intended for us to do a collective action. Okay, and this campaign is intended to show how a community, even at a local level, can embody that image. Okay, so it's very important that every ribbon that's tied, every story shared, every donation made, it's a step toward the change. This is how we move from silence to solidarity, from waiting to action. Okay, if you liked what we talked about, please drop a heart or type I stand with you, believe change begins with us. I want you to share the live stream with a friend or the podcast, because one voice can inspire another. That's how movement grows. Our theme is not just words. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? It's our roadmap to action. 30 years later, we refuse to let the promise fade. We bring them back to life through our voices, our actions, and our community. So I want you to visit wespeak.com/recommitment. As you can see on the screen, wespeak.com/recommitment. That means we are recommitting to ending gender based violence. I will be here each week until Zahra Bullet Conference 2025 in November 26th. I will be here sharing with you stories, amplifying voices, and building momentum. Because if not now, then when? If not you, then who? That is the end of our episode today. And another thing I want to remind you is the trial for Zahra's case. It starts November 15th. And every day, I will try my absolute best, depending on how I'm feeling, to share with you to share with you um, in in the um, in the I'm going to share with you in the recap of what happened that day. As far as we know, up to this point, the case had been under publication ban, which means that we are not allowed to speak about it. We are not allowed to talk about it. We are not allowed to say what happened and what a certain witness said. And as I told you before, I wasn't allowed to go in and listen in, because I might be a witness at some point in the trial, and they didn't want me to be um, not relying on my own opinion and kind of um, using what somebody else had said, or being influenced by what some other witness had said. That is the rule by the court. So still, it's the publication ban as far as we know, and but I will share a recap with you if there is still publication ban. I might say something like we had two witnesses today, or the jury selection finished today, things like that that are general without compromising the case. I'll share that with you, and then you can listen in. I will probably do it here on Riverside and share it with more than one platform so more people can hear it. And if you have any questions, any comments you would like to make in the meantime, please share that with me. I would really appreciate it. So, if you go to We Speak podcast, you will see this episode dropping on uh, on this coming Wednesday, 27th at 9 a.m., like all the episodes are. And I will have one published every Wednesday based on this recording. I will edit it, of course, but it will be based on this recording. Thank you for joining me. Those that have joined me, I don't see any comments or questions in the in the page here. So so if you could ask me questions, share it with me. That's great. If not, you can still put questions on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, and you can kind of like ask your questions that way, and I will go back and revisit and respond to your question after the recording. Until next week, this has been Break the Silence, Build the Future. To listen to the full episode, please go to We Speak podcast and you will get the show. Please leave us a review. Um, Leave us a review, like the show, follow so you don't miss an episode. Or you can get from your favorite podcast apps. Bye for now.